Welcome to Power Kempo. It's Wednesday, and on Wednesday we talk about teaching techniques that you can use at work, at home, in sports, at school, even with your own kid to get better results. We didn't make these things up ourselves. We get training from Dave Kovar of the Satori Alliance and the best practices of the best karate studios in the world. And I got to tell you, when we started doing these things, it was freaking amazing. I'm going to show you what we got to start off with. I'll tell you a little story. I went to San Antonio to Rev Gear University. My first time I ever met Dave Kovar. I followed him around all day. I came home loaded with brilliant ideas to make our school better. And this was one of them, the Martial Arts Instructor's Toolbox. Now, we didn't have a lot of stuff, but in here, buried in here, we're going to find Dave Kovar's 16 incredibly effective teaching techniques, strategies, and tricks. And we did that. We basically copied it out of the book, and we started training all of our people on how to do those things. This, by the way, is Sensei's book. As you can tell, it's loaded with extra stuff. It's got bookmarks. It's all over the place. We use it all the time. We keep referring back to it, and it is the core of our teachers and training program. Number one, tell them what they're doing right. Seems so simple. I'm a parent too, and I know how it goes. You're going to walk into your kid's room and they were cleaning, and what are we going to do? We're going to zoom in with laser beam accuracy on the one thing they didn't do. Why is that piece of paper on the floor? That happens a lot, right? Or your kid's out and you're focusing on what they're doing wrong. Here's what we want to do. We want to tell them what they're doing right, and we want to catch them doing something right. So what that means is, maybe if they did something, instead of focusing on the moments when they're making noise in a restaurant and they're making noise, we focus on the times when they're not. We talk about how great they're being and how we really appreciate it, right? By the way, if your kid's making noise, in a lot of cases, maybe you didn't plan ahead and have the right activities along. You knew you were going to be in a restaurant for an hour and a half talking to people. Could you have had some stuff that they could do? If you're great at that, awesome. And if you're not, now you've got some little homework to do some stuff on. Anyway, here's how it works. When we're in class, I've got Bobby or Susie or Kathy or somebody, and they're doing a form, and they're dropping their hand down. Now I could sit here and go, chamber, 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 and I could tell them to get that hand in place. I could tell them what they're doing wrong, or I can tell them how great their block is. Man, awesome job, great block. While I'm doing that, that's it. I am doing what we call modeling behavior. I'm showing them where it goes. At a certain point, the kid's going to do this. And you know what? I'm going to go, hold it. Hold it. Awesome. I love where that hand is. That hand is great. Everybody, look at Bobby. Bobby's hand is exactly where it is. Be like Bobby. And you know what? Bobby likes it. And guess what? Bobby's parents like that too, because they may at other places hear, no Bobby, no Bobby, no Bobby. But here they hear Bobby being told what he's doing right. There is a lot of motor behavior research that actually shows that when we tell them what they're doing right, they get it faster and they hold on to the motor skill longer. So that's what we want to do. We want to tell them what they're doing right. We want them to lock in that good behavior and carry it forward. Now, you guys, I'm sure, have heard of praise, correct praise. In business, sometimes you hear it referred to as the crap sandwich, right? Tell them what they're doing right, tell them what they're doing wrong, and then praise them. Now, we're not trying to butter kids up or butter people up and make them feel good and praise them to get them to take criticism. When I'm doing this and they're doing a form, I might tell them, those blocks are amazing. That is great. And whoa, if only we could get this hand chambered. That would make it so much better. Or if you could get your feet maybe a little farther apart. And then when he does it, when he gets his hand chambered, I say, and by the way, I noticed you got your hand chambered. So that's a more advanced idea. Step one, tell them what they're doing right. Step two, catch them doing something right. How many times have we asked our kid to do something and they do it for a couple minutes and then they wander away and we're on them? What are you doing? It's not what I asked you to do. I didn't tell you to do that. What we want to do is we hold them too long. In class, that might work this way. We say, attention. And then they slowly melt like a snowman in the sun and we say, what are you doing? No, what we want to do is we know that this kid's good for 30 seconds of attention. So we want to maybe pre-frame with it. We want to say, Bobby, I'd like you to can you get 40 seconds today? Can you get 40 seconds of attention? And he'll say, yeah. And you know what? I'll get him and I'm going to catch him. I'm going to be working with him and I'm going to catch him at attention doing it right. I'm not going to wait till he fails and point out his failure. I'm going to watch him doing it right and I'm going to catch him doing it right and I'm going to make him the center of attention for doing it right. So tell them what they're doing right. Model behavior to get them to do the other things right. Catch them doing something right and don't wait to catch them doing something wrong. And the last part, once you get into more advanced points, you can be able to do praise, correct praise, which is tell them what they're doing right, do it to lock in that good behavior, and then tell them what they can do to do even better. You know what would be even better? It would be even better if you did this. We could add that to it and then watch. And again, now we circle back. Catch them doing it right. Praise them for that. Make sure you lock it in. And other than that, guys, breathe. I got kids too. Your own kid. Your other kids are funny. Your kid drives you crazy. We get that. So what you want to do is you want to breathe. You want to actively work to find good things about what they're doing. When you're in an activity like this, your job is to sit in the bleachers. Your job is to watch. You are not helping if you are coaching from the bleachers. You're not helping if you're yelling from the sideline. You want your kid looking at the coach, not at you. If your kid is looking at the front and the instructor's at the front and they're looking back at you, you are teaching them to split their attention between the coach and you. And guess what? You're not the coach, you're a spectator. So when you're in the bleachers, when you're on the sidelines at the field, your job is to watch, right? And then when they come off the field, what do? You tell them what they did right, right? Game day, you tell them what they did right. You don't meet them at the edge of the field and tell them how they blew it. You tell them everything they did right. Tomorrow, we can work on fixing things, right? And that's what we're going to do. Wednesday, we're going to talk about teaching techniques, strategies, tricks you can use at work, at school, in sports, with your own kid to get better results, right? By the way, this is going to help you in a lot of different ways. If you have to coach someone at work, this is going to help you. And if you want to get into our teachers and training program, if you're already in the karate program, you can do it. And if you're not, you join the karate program and we'll teach you how to be a teacher. Thank you. Monday, we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday videos from now on. Monday is some stuff you may not have noticed about the karate program. Wednesday is stuff like this, things you can use. And Friday is self-defense and fighting skills. So like the video. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch for these videos. Thank you.